Ian and Bernie have just bought a newly built apartment in Western Sydney.
Yeah, some beautiful views off over Westmead here. We've got the hospital there off in the distance.
Their new home cost them a lot less than they were expecting.
It's really hard to believe that we attended auctions where no one actually bid in Sydney, right? If we bought this property probably 6 to 12 months ago, the price would have been 5 to 10% higher.
While house prices have surged 7.4% on average over the past year, apartments have risen by just over 2%. And there's a big difference depending on where you live, with Sydney and Melbourne being the worst performing markets.
The thing about Sydney and Melbourne is that they're our most international cities. Prior to the pandemic, Sydney and Melbourne accounted for about 63% of overseas arrivals to capital cities. So the closure of international borders has created a greater demand shock there.
Prices in some parts of Australia's two biggest markets have fallen by as much as 10% since this time last year. That includes Willoughby in Sydney's north to Haymarket near the CBD, and Balwyn North in suburban Melbourne to Richmond in the inner city. Although the housing market is enjoying its biggest boom in more than 30 years, it's suburbs like this where apartment prices have fallen and rents are down because there's too many of them. Typically, these apartments have been snapped up by investors who rent them out to international students and foreign workers, but there's no sign they're coming back anytime soon.
I think the standard 1 or 2 bedroom apartments probably have stagnated, but if they have the second bathroom, they have a second car spot, they haven't really dropped off. They're sort of okay.
All done! Ma'am, it's all yours, 1,155,000.
Real estate agents say the price of older apartments is holding up better.
People are very cautious of new apartments because of lots of news stories surrounding new builds that had defect problems.
In Mascot, near Sydney's airport, hundreds of residents are being urged to sell their units at a massive loss after cracks were discovered in the building, preventing them from living there. Buyer's agent Catherine Cashmore is not just warning about new apartments.
Most people in Australia are searching for capital growth. If you want to buy a property and the price to go up and not down, do not buy an apartment.
Median house prices in some capitals are well above $1 million, and they're expected to become even more unaffordable. So for some property hunters, buying an apartment may be their only way to get a piece of the Australian dream.